What's happening? Welcome to Mike's in the Garden. We are early April 2026. We got the cold this year, the 100-year cold, and it destroyed a lot of plants. So all of our plumerias around the pool here, we've had to cut back. We may even have to cut them right down to the ground, which we've had to do before. And within a year or two, they were 6-8 feet tall. So we're rocking and rolling. As you can see, the fig tree obviously likes the cold because it is doing great. We pruned this a few weeks back, took some of those cuttings. They're in several pots, so hopefully we'll have more fig trees soon, because if these are going to thrive in cold and do well in the warm as well, we want more fig trees. So a lot of our moringa trees we've cut back. You can see we've got some new growth from our moringa trees here. So I probably will cut these down even further and eventually get rid of this because it is a little too close to the pool. But I want to talk about compost GeoBins for a moment here. This is one of our big compost GeoBins. You can see we have several lining the fence here. And the reason for that is as we stir these composts up, they don't get stirred enough. So I usually leave these for anywhere from 6 to 18, maybe even 24 months. But they're strategically placed along this back fence, which is the north side. So it's gonna get pretty much all sun and shade my neighbor's yard. But where all of these composts are sitting will eventually be a fruit tree. And so that is just going to feed that soil. And when I'm ready to plant a tree, we'll take that compost, just like this here needs to be spread out. This here is going to get a tree soon. And right behind you, Ralph, is our main compost, where every day when we're going through our food scraps, we can just walk right out of the kitchen and put everything into that compost. These GeoBins are pretty excellent. They have lots of aeration holes in them. You can make them many different sizes. I opt for the larger size. Seems to be more beneficial that way. But behind me here is our muscadine grapevine, something that is native to Florida here. You can see we've got a lot of our flowers and fruit starting to come out. So in just a couple months, we'll be enjoying many, last year, hundreds, if not thousands of muscadine grapes. So excited that these things are coming back, surviving and thriving. Longevity spinach, sweet potato, more longevity spinach, passion flower. So this is the Maypop passion flower, native here in Florida. If you plant one, just like a sweet potato, you'll have passion flower everywhere. So be careful where you plant it, because my neighbors now have passion flowers. Whether they like it or not, they're going to get them. So I did have in this spot right here a Jamaican cherry tree, a strawberry tree, that did die with the cold. So this Florida citrus tree, you know, your sour lemon, sour orange, is in a large pot because it was out front on top of our septic tank and not something I really want to plant. And 10 years from now, I have to pay another $5,000–6,000 to have my leaching field done again. So now it's found a home back here. Very soon it will go in the ground. Behind me is the latest project. Let's check this out. I'll tell you what's going on here. So this used to be 3 separate beds connected with 2 trellis tunnels. Now on the inside, this trellis tunnel is going to grow some annual vegetables. We've got some peas in there right now. Some of them may be vining peas. I'm sorry, beans. So green beans, string beans. And so the hope is that some of them will grow up over this trellis. We may eventually get some watermelons in here as well, because they seem to do great in this yard. And then on the opposite side, on the outside of this newly installed bed, is another walk-through tunnel, which already has our passion flowers growing up. Which, Ralph, the last time you were here when we had our garden party last year, I thought these passion flowers and fruits were no good, but you told me and showed me how great they are. which was amazing because after that I was able to enjoy many passion fruits. So again, these are all just naturally growing now that I put 6 of them in the ground last year, and you can't step 2 to 5 feet without hitting more passion flowers. So in just a couple months, if you follow the channel, this thing will be completely covered. You can see my waspy friend here is a little bit annoyed, but when I installed this, he was on top of there, and you know, I'm not allergic to wasps. If you come to my house and you are, this probably isn't the spot for you. However, wasps are highly beneficial for your garden. They're going to take care of some of these pests out here, and so I can see he's fluttering his wings. He's probably looking at me saying, yeah, let's keep it moving. So we're going to keep it moving. Sorry, buddy. We got you. Amazing cassava plant. Our friend Sam Igo from Central Florida Abundance gave me a cassava cutting. It was old in the trunk of his truck for over a month. I put it in the ground. It grew a cassava tree. Cassava tree died with the cold weather, but it's a pretty resilient plant. It's already coming back pretty strong. And this passion flower here, well, we get enough of these, so that one's gonna suck up and take up some energy, so we're gonna keep this cassava going. Unfortunately, I think I lost my mango tree. This Barbados cherry, I had to cut all the way back down to the ground, but it looks like it's gonna come back. So this might be another year or two before we get some fruit. We only got a couple fruits from the Barbados cherry, and our longest tree here on the property, going on 6 years, is our loquat tree. Did have a lot of flowers die off in the cold, but you can see we've got some fruits on here. Right. And I can see a couple that are ready to go, so maybe we'll gnaw on those soon. But you know, the squirrels have at it, and that's okay. This is a whole ecosystem back here. So this is not just for me and my family. This is for birds. This is for bugs, insects, lizards, squirrels. So you can turn your backyard into something like this and create an amazing ecosystem. Yep, papaya trees perished, the dragon fruits perished. We did have a couple that we were able to save in pots over there. Right. So in a year from now, those will survive and thrive. This bed that is one giant elevated bed. You can see that it's probably 6 to 12 inches higher than the natural ground we're stepping on. I planted this mulberry tree in here. It's already twice the size of this one, which isn't looking so great, so this one's got to go in the ground soon. Okay. But the hope is that this will eventually provide some shade for the annual plants that will go into this bed here, because it's like scorched earth out here. I mean, it's like the beginning of April, and I don't know, it's 80 degrees. So we're not even into it yet, and some of this stuff is just gonna get torched. So we've got some moringa seeds popping up in here. A lot of this moringa is technically gonna be treated as an annual plant. We're gonna use these moringas as they start to get larger, basically for mulching, chop and drop, providing nutrients back into the soil, and then we'll yank them out at the end of the year. But
awesome. You're excited to try any new plants? You're gonna get any seeds or cuttings for anything you haven't done before?
Yeah, the mulberries are brand new. Those are 2 cuttings. I got one from Malachi, a Pakistani mulberry, so I'm excited to see what, it's already producing some fruit, but you can see the leaves are a little yellowing. So we need to get that in the ground. And then our fig trees as well, propagating those, and tons of loquat trees. So I want to give a shout out to my man Ralph, the permaculture pro. Here's my new girl over here. So there's my new garden pal over here. This is Ruby.
Where'd you get Ruby?
Ruby was a rescue from the Orange County shelter. She's 8 or 10 years old. She was a stray, so we wanted to adopt a senior dog and have her live out her life here on the food forest. So
Good man.
thank you all for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, follow along, and catch you on the next one.